Okay, so this is the Mutara Nebula OP, Rathacon OP. I've got the Mutara with Fleet Captain on core. I guess that Fleet Captain card should be on core, not on the ship. I'm not sure if it goes on the ship or core or whatever. Anyway, then I got Gorkon. The Sabotage I get for free because of the Fleet Captain text. Cryogenic Stasis with 5 points of guys for free underneath it, but it costs 5. Titram, Intermatrix, Worf, Drex, and Qa'pla. So that's one ship. That's my Mutara. And then the Groth with Galron, Cloaked Mines, and Corax, and the Somraw with Martok, Sabotage, Cloaked Mines, and Klingon Stealth Team. So there's my 3 ships, and I'm pointing at the Mutara Nebula already because I'm heading in. My first opponent is Federation, and it's awesome because he's got he's got the Enterprise, the Reliant, and then what's the other ship? The Phoenix. Anyway, so in the Rathacon episode, he's got both ships from the Rathacon. And he's got on this one Phlox, I don't know, Natoila, Uhura, Savick, T'Pol, enhanced hull plating, upgraded phasers, Jonathan Archer, and then there's the Enterprise. And he's got the Reliant with, am I allowed to look at those or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Riker and what's underneath there? Oh, Tactical Alert and Type 8 Phaser Ray and Charles Tucker and the Phoenix with James T. Kirk, Hayden, and Deanna Troy. Anyway, very, very cool fleet. So here's his fleet in open space, and everything past the green nebula or past the green line is the Mutara Nebula right here. So anyway, there's his fleet. Here's my fleet. See how this goes. Okay, so this is the first round. My ships just went in the nebula, and from the cryogenic stasis, Clegg came out. And for him, his ships are there, so my ships are here. We can only engage at range 1 in the nebula, so that's interesting. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so that round, my ships did hard too. And I brought both my people out of crisis, the cryostasis state, whatever you call that thing, cryostasis? That thing? So that's discarded now. And there's just one time token left on her. You put 2 on there, but one comes out at the end of the round, and then the next round they're good to go. Anyway, so yeah, that's how that's looking. My guys are all ready, and his fleet is coming in. I just love the fact that he got the Reliant and the Enterprise, the 2 ships that are actually in the battle. And there's my ships coming in. Anyway, okay, so here we are. We're getting really close right now. Yeah, it's looking good. Now I dropped the Klingon Cloaked Mines on. These aren't the right tokens. We're just using, we'll just forget that little bit's on there because I forgot my token box at home, but we're just going to use these tokens. So the Klingon Cloaked Mines are placed, and that's how it's looking. His ships are there. My ships are just out of range. Right now, range 3, but you have to be within range 1 to fire anyway. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so first round of firing, my Vorcha with core on it destroyed the Enterprise. Now these guys here, I used Corax to kill a couple of his crew, and then I used Clegg to kill another crew. So I've got guys beaming over killing his crew, so he's lost 3. No, it was a. No, Clegg didn't do it. Oh, that's right. It was Sabotage. Was it Sabotage? Yeah, it was Sabotage to destroy his, what was it called? Enhanced hull plating or something? And Corax to kill 2 of his crew. So I did that. I activated Galron, and I activated Drex with the Fleet Captain thing. Now, Core's a 14. He's 8 plus 2 is 10, plus him is 13, plus 1 for Gorkon is 14. So I fired first. I rolled like 7 dice, 5 for the ship, 1 for the range, 1 for Galron. and I got like 5 hits and a crit. He rolled 2 evades, but 4 things got through. So that was the Phoenix. It's all blown up, and he's just got these 2 ships left. That's how it is.
Giving him another token.
Okay, so Kor's Vorcha blew up the Mutara blew up what was it, the Enterprise?
The Reliant.
The Reliant, that's what it was. Sorry, the Reliant. And then the Enterprise blew up the Somraw, and that's kind of what happened. So 2 ships were destroyed. Gowron's all the way over here. Don't know what he's doing. And yeah, that's where it's looking right now. So 3 ships left.
Now if you summon something.
Okay, that's the end of the game. Archer on the Enterprise tried to get through the mines. He moved 4, just trying to survive, and he was destroyed by the mines. So that's the end of the game right there. Yeah, it's a good scenario. I liked it. Playing in the mines, so I lost to Somraw. Anyway, cool. I like the map too. Very good map. Okay, so here's my 3 ships again. It's my second battle now. The Mutara with Kor is a fleet captain, Gorkon, Sabotage. Sabotage is free because of the fleet captain card rules. Titanium intermix, and then a couple crew under the cryogenic stasis chamber. Worf, Drex, and Qa'pla. And then the Growth with Gowron, Korax, and Cloaked Mines. And we're just not counting that because I know it's not the Klingon Cloaked Mines, so we're just not counting that part. And then the Somraw with Martok, Sabotage, Klingon Stealth Team. Now, Korax and the Klingon Stealth Team and Sabotage really, or no, it was Sabotage and Korax that really did some damage last game. It was kind of cool. Anyway, I'm up against 2 Bioships, which are really awesome. Bioship Alpha with the flagship that gives battle stations. Bioship Omega Pilot, disable this card, blah blah blah. Fluidic Space, organic conduits, energy weapon. Bioship Beta, just a generic Species 8472 guy. Fluidic Space, biotechnology, extraordinary immune response, and biological weapon. So really cool, 2 powerful ships. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. Fighting in the Mutara Nebula. Okay, so my 3 ships did 4s and entered the nebula, and oh yeah, this comes off at the end of the turn. Clegg came out of cryogenic stasis, and his ships just moved forward. They're not in the nebula. My ships are going in the nebula. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. I've got my 3 Klingon ships all in the nebula. His ships are staying out. He went forward 4, so he's like boosting here. But my ships are inside the nebula, but he can easily. He's got fluidic space, right? So he can just like appear anywhere. And anyway, that's where we're at. I brought my other person out of cryogenic stasis to put 2 time tokens, but 1 came off at the end, just like, and his last one came off at the end. So my ship's almost all good to go here, and yeah, that's how. Okay, so my ships just move forward, and since they're with the Mutara over to bring him in with the rest of the fleet. His ships are still moving up. This is kind of the weird scenario that we got. I'm in the nebula, he's not. We'll see what happens. Okay, so my ships just moved forward 1. His ships have now turned towards the nebula. I'm not really doing a lot with my fleet because he's got fluidic space. He can just disappear. So if I turn my ships towards him, he's just going to disappear behind me, do weird, wonderful. My brother plays 8472. Every time I turn towards him, he vanishes. So I have no idea what he's doing. My fleet's just being cautious, just flying through the nebula, waiting to react to whatever weird, wonderful thing. Okay, so my ship's moved. I did some sensor echoing over with 1 ship. I have my Klingon stealth team beamed over to 1 ship and disabled his fluidic space, and so that's where our ships are. He's coming in behind me. We'll see where this goes. Okay, so that round I used sabotage twice, 1 from 1 ship, 1 from another ship. And on this ship here, I took away his immune response. Is that what it was called? His immune response and his fluidic space. So we lost those two things on that ship. I deployed the mines, and yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Rich for sponsor.
Okay. See how this goes. Okay, so my ship's bumped, but I rolled for my 2 captains, and I've got very high captain skill, so I didn't take any damage. That's where my ships are. That's where his ships are. He sent her over a little bit. And yeah, that's where. Okay, so my ships are just kind of moving. I dropped my other mines, so now all my mines are out. He left the nebula. He sensor echoed away from the nebula. My 3 Klingon ships are moving in, though. We'll see what happens here with this. Kind of cool. Okay, so that turn, he did something unexpected. He turned into the nebula with 1. One of them didn't have fluidic space. Then the other one did fluidic space and appeared beside me. But my 3 ships concentrated. But these 2 ships never got to fire because he's a skill 14. You know, an 8 plus 2 for the fleet captain, and then 1 for Gorkon, and then 3 from Morph. He fired first, and I had Drex as well, so I rolled like, I don't know, a ridiculous number of damage. Anyway, so yeah, so one of the Bioships is destroyed. Okay, the Mutara, my ships, he went there, and then my ships turned into him. The Mutara fired first at 14 skill, rolled 7 dice. It's 5 for the ship, 1 for the range, 1 for Gowron. But then I got Drex and re-rolls from Core. Drex turns 1 Bioships a crit. Anyway, ended up with like 6 hits and a crit, and that was the end of. So that ends the game. Both Bioships are destroyed. Oh yeah, and this I just took him off, but he's still there. Yeah, he's still there. That's the end of the game right there. Okay, so this is my 3rd game in the Mutara Nebula. Once again, I got Core, Fleet Captain on the Mutara with Gorkon, Intermix, and then the Cryogenesis, Stasis, Sabotage, Worf, Qa'pla, and Drex. And then I got the Growth, Gowron, Cloak Mines, Korax, and then Somraw with Martok, Sabotage, Cloak Mines, and Klingon Stealth Team. And my opponent, really cool, Zindi Fleet. Very cool. What do you have on the...
I have Weapon 0 with Kind Fat Amonsor and Escape Pod. I have 2 Zindi starships with Prototype Weapon. One of them also has Q and Q's Elite Talent, Think Fast, and Escape Pod. And then I have a Zindi Acrotic Cruiser with Colo and Escape Pod and Quinn.
Wow, that's quite a lot of things on there. Anyway, very cool fleet, Zindi Fleet. I don't know if I fought a Zindi Fleet. Anyway, Klingons, I'm heading into that nebula. Anyway, cool nebula board here. Very cool. Okay, so my ships move forward 4 into the nebula. All my shields go down. I'll put all those down. And the Cryogenesis, out came Clegg. And now, what I didn't notice before, he's got an insectoid captain, a reptilian captain, a mammalian captain, and an aquatic captain. So he's got all 4 races represented here on the Zindi ships. That is awesome. So very, very cool. Very, very themed fleet. I love it. I love themed fleets. Very cool. Okay, so that was round 2. My ships did hard 2s, turned into the fleet, enemy fleet. Here comes the enemy fleet. They're moving quite quickly and in perfect formation. Like I said, I just love the fact that he's got 4 captains, 1 from each of the races. Insect, reptilian, mammal, and aquatic. It's just so awesome to fight that. I love themed fleets. Just love them. Okay, so some of my ships are sensor echoing. The Klingon stealth team went over and disabled one of his, what do you call that thing?
Prototype weapon.
Prototype weapon. I used one of my 2 sabotages to destroy another prototype weapon, and Korax killed Quinn, but Quinn had an escape pod. So there's my ship. I still have 1 escape pod. He's got no crew out for the rest of my gankers, but the Klingon cloaked mines are out, and there's his ships, there's my ships, and yeah, no one got to fire. One of his prototype weapons was destroyed, and one is disabled, so he couldn't use those this round. Anyway, that's where we're at. Oh, he bumped one of his ships, and it took 2 damage. That also happened. Okay, that was a lot of death for my Klingon ships. The Vorcha destroyed, the Mutara destroyed the aquatic Xindi ship, destroyed it. But then my other 2 ships could not do any damage to his ships. And when his ships returned fire, the sphere blew up Gowron's D7, the growth. And then one of these other ships did weapons malfunction to one of my ships. And, oh yeah, another ship blew up my Martok's Raptor. I've been rolling blanks. Like, for my evade dice, I rolled 3 evade dice for one of my ships, 3 blanks. Couldn't even use the battle stations. And for one of my other ships, it's just been blanks for rolling. So anyway, not looking good for me. But yeah, I lost 2 ships, he's only lost 1. So it's just the Mutara against all these ships. Makes sense that he gets killed. Over here he did that ship has a reverse somehow. I can't remember how he did that. What was it that allowed him to turn around? Q did that. Oh, Quinn did that.
No, Q. Admiral Q.
Admiral Q. Got it. No problem. And he took an Ox token because the mines did negate a damage from what's it called?
Damage control.
Damage control. Here, this guy moved forward 3. He didn't mean to. He had the wrong thing on his dial. I think we've all done that before. And then his other ship backed up 1. Now that looks like they're within range 1, but they're not. We measured it. My ship moved forward 1, and then I used Titanium Intermix to flip my damage thing, my critical damage down, and then get rid of it. So that thing actually worked. So no one fired. We're just, yeah, this is where we're at right now. Anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, so not much is really happening there now. We're all maneuvering and stuff like this. We're all trying to get a hit on somebody. We're all circling or doing weird things, trying to find each other. Nebula just got 1 ship in amongst 3 enemy ships, but within my cloaked mine, so that's nice. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the Mutara and went head to head with one of the insectoid ships and blew it up before it could fire. I was out of range of that Xindi ship. The Xindi ship is chasing me, but it couldn't fire on me. And the other ship, for some reason, is leaving. The other insectoid ship. I don't know why it did that. Anyway, that's how it's looking. I'm pretty happy with how that went, to be honest. So 2 Xindi ships are down. 2 Klingon ships are down. But we'll see how this goes. Okay, so there we are. We're just dancing around here, trying to... he's using Q to do these reverses and stuff like that, but yeah, that's where we're at. We're just trying to get each other. It's killable! Yay! Okay, the Mutara. Well, we're just censoring echoing through here, and the Mutara just got a really good run on... the thing, I got him with a warp core breach, and the thing that took away his captain's text, which was very important. He was re-rolling blank dice. He rolled 8 evade dice, and oh, it's crazy. It's a crazy hard thing to kill. I was very glad that the captain now is basically dead. I'm using Drex. Drex is really helping me with the crits and stuff like that, and then Core with the rerolls. But what really helped there was the yeah, that was good. Very, very, very good. That warp core breach. That should be something. Okay, so the Mutara took a damage, but he took a damage as well. Actually, no, he took 2 damage, so he's not looking too well. Oh, and yeah, and that's still a warp core breach on the big ship there, so we'll see if it blows up. No, it doesn't blow up. And at any moment it could die. So pretty funny what's going on here. Yeah, we collided. I took a damage, he took 2 damage. So that was good. He's only got 1 hit left on that little ship. Okay, so we're still just maneuvering. Want to roll for the sphere, see if it blows up. Nope, still surviving, surprisingly. And yeah, we're just sensor echoing, trying to find each other at any time that weapon can blow up. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, so I had 6 whatever with re-rolls, and I couldn't kill him. He's only got 1 health left here. He rolled 6 dice. I rammed into him. If I hadn't rammed, it would have been different. But I rammed into him, so I didn't get any actions. But I had 6 dice with re-rolls from core, and I can only get 1 hit on him. So it brought him to within 1 hit of his life or whatever. He rolled 6 dice and got 3 hits and a crit. No, it was more than that. It was...
All 6 of my dice were hit and crits.
All 6 of his dice. And that was unmodified.
Yeah.
Unmodified, all 6 of his dice were hit or crits. So, oh my goodness. There's not much you can do. So the Makta is blown up and the Klingon goes. Think about that. 6 dice with modifications. I can just get 1 hit. He rolls 6 dice. Unmodified, gets 6 hits and crits. Crazy. Anyway, that was an insanely good game, but came down to the die rolls. The dice were not with me. That was crazy. Anyway, very, very, very good game.